So today we will start new chapter continuity and differentiability from the part calculus. Okay, continuity and differentiability. In the final exam from this chapter we are going to get 20 marks. Accordingly, part A 1 question, part B 2 questions, part 3 2 questions, and part D 1 question. In the part E sub question is 1 question, that is for 4 marks. Total 7 questions and 20 marks. Very very important. So differential calculus, it is a branch of a calculus. In the calculus we have two branches, that is one is differential calculus and another one is integral calculus. In the differential calculus, the idea of derivative function, that is the rate at which the function changes, is taken up. And the application of differential calculus is the derivative of functions are widely used in geometry. That is for the finding the problem of finding a tangent at a point on a curve. And also in the branch of science, economics, computer science and medical science. In this chapter we shall take up the methods of finding the derivative of functions. Before switching to derivative of functions, we recall one definition, that is limit function definition. We know that suppose f is a real valued function and a is any point in its domain of a definition, the derivative of f at a point a is denoted by limit, is defined as limit f of a plus h minus f of a divided by h as h tends to 0. Here a is any point. Provided this limit exists, if this limit exists, then derivative of a function f of x at a point a and is denoted by f dash of a. F dash, it means derivative of a function, okay, at a point a. So that is f dash of a is defined as a limit of f of a plus h minus f of a divided by h as h tends to 0. Very very important definition. Okay. So yeah, consider one example. Find the derivative at x equal to 2 of the function f of x equal to 3x. See here, f of x equal to 3x is a function, okay, and x equal to 2, it is a point. 2 is a point, that is equal to a. Here a equal to 2. So consider, we know that limit function definition f dash of a is equal to limit of f of a plus h minus f of a divided by h as h tends to 0. The given function is f of x equal to 3x at x equal to 2. Here a equal to 2, substitute. So f dash of 2 equal to, we get limit of f of 2 plus h minus f of 2 divided by h as h tends to 0. When we are going to write f of x equal to 3x, then f of 2 plus h can also be written as a limit of f of 2 plus h can also be written as 3 of 2 plus h, because comparing these two, we have in the place of x we have 2 plus h. So 3 of 2 plus h minus 3 into 2 divided by h. After removing bracket, we get limit 6 plus minus 6 plus 3h minus 6 divided by h. Here plus 6 minus 6 get cancelled. We remains with only f dash of 2 equal to limit of 3h divided by h as h tends to 0. Here h get cancelled. We remains with only a constant, that is f dash of 2 equal to limit of 3 as h tends to 0. We get only f dash of 2 equal to 3 because it is a constant function. So consider differential coefficient or derivative of a function. Consider one simple function, that is y equal to f of x. We know that y equal to f of x is a function. F of x is defined as x square. Here x square is a function. Suppose x changes to, put x equal to 2. Put x equal to 2 in the equation 1. We get f of x equal to 4. What about put at x equal to 2.1? If x equal to 2.1, that time we get y equal to 4.41. When x equal to 2, it is 4. and x equal to 2.1, it becomes 4.41. See here, as x increases, y is also increases. So that is as x changes to 2.1, 2 to 2.1, that is 2 plus 0.1. Here we are increased only 0.1. Then y becomes 4 to 4.41. That is 4 plus 0.41. As x increases, y is also increases. That is here 0.1 is nothing but delta x, and 0.41 it is in the increment of y, that is delta y. Okay, here delta x is called small increment or decrement in the independent variable. See, it is increment, that is plus 0.1. If it is decreases, that time we get minus 0.1. Suppose in the place of x equal to 2, substitute x equal to 1.9, that is minus 0.1, that is decreases. Okay, and also in the y equal to f of x, we know that x is a independent variable and y is a dependent variable. Here delta y is called small increment or decrement in the dependent variable. Okay, so now we prove this one by using a first principle. These are all basic. Okay, let y equal to f of x is a function, and x changes to x plus delta x, then y is also changes to y plus delta y. Replace x and y in the equation 1. We get y plus delta y equal to f of x plus delta x. Okay, now equation 2 minus equation 1 gives LHS side, we have y plus delta y minus y equal to f of x plus delta x minus f of x. This is from equation 2 minus equation 1. In the LHS side, plus y minus y get cancelled, we remains with only delta y equal to f of x plus delta x minus f of x. Okay, divide both sides by delta x. So we get delta y by delta x equal to f of x plus delta x minus f of x whole divided by delta x. Now taking limit on both sides, we get taking a limit on both sides as delta x tends to 0. So limit of delta x tends to 0, delta y divided by delta x equal to limit of f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x as delta x tends to 0. If limit exists, is called derivative of the function. Here we have to get a finite limit answer. Okay, limit, finite limit exists. If limit exists, then only it is a derivative of the function. And derivative of the function is denoted by dy by dx. dy by dx is nothing but a limit of delta y by delta x as delta x tends to 0. Its definition is a limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x, or simply dy by dx equal to limit of f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x as delta x tends to 0. Note it down. Okay, continue. Derivative of a trigonometric function. This is a derivative of a simple function, that is algebraic function, whatever. Okay, now we will consider one trigonometric function also by using again a first principle. Suppose y equal to sin x. We know that sin x is a trigonometric function, so y equal to sin x. Here also x changes to x plus delta x and y changes to y plus delta y. Then equation 1 becomes, here in the LHS side, y becomes y plus delta y and sin x equal to sin of x plus delta x. Same procedures, equation 2 minus equation 1 gives, in the LHS side, y plus delta y minus y is equal to sin of x plus delta x minus sin x. Okay, here plus y minus y get cancelled, we remains only delta y in the LHS side equal to sin of x plus delta x minus sin x. This is nothing but delta y equal to 2 cos of x plus delta x plus x whole divided by 2 into sine of x plus delta x minus x divided by 2. So here in the equation sine of x plus delta x minus sine x, we know that a standard formula, that is sin c minus sin d equal to 2 cos of sum of these two divided by 2 into sin of c minus d divided by 2. In the place of c, compare these two. Comparing these two equations, RHS side part, sin of x plus delta x minus sin x and sin c minus sin d. Comparing these two, we have c equal to x plus delta x and d equal to x. Okay, substitute here, we get this equation. 2 cos of x plus delta x plus x divided by 2 into sin of x plus delta x minus x divided by 2. After simplifying, delta y equal to 2 into cos of 2x plus delta x divided by 2 into sin delta x divided by 2, because here plus x minus x get cancelled, we remains with only sin of delta x by 2. Here x plus x 2x plus delta x divided by 2. Okay. And also dividing both sides by delta x, we get delta y by delta x is equal to 2 into cos of 2x plus delta x divided by 2 into sin of delta x by 2 whole divided by delta x. So in the denominator part, here taking limit on both sides now. Limit delta y by delta x as delta x tends to 0 is equal to limit of 2 into cos of 2x plus delta x divided by 2 into sin of delta x divided by 2 whole divided by delta x as delta x tends to 0. So now in the denominator part, I will divide and multiply by 2. So numerator as it is divided by 2 into delta x divided by 2. So here these two numerator 2 and denominator 2 get cancelled. We remains with only the limit of delta y by delta x as delta x tends to 0 is equal to limit of delta x into cos of 2x plus delta x divided by 2 into sin of delta x by 2 whole divided by delta x by 2. This can also be written as we have a property limit of x into y equal to limit x into limit y. So that property here using. Okay, limit of cos of 2x plus delta x divided by 2 into limit of sin x delta x by 2 into delta divided by delta x by 2. So making one group sin delta x by 2 divided by delta x by 2. So and also this becomes put delta x as delta x tends to 0, put delta x equal to 0 here. So we get cos of 2x plus 0 divided by 2, and this whole limit sin delta x divided by 2 into delta x by divided by delta x by 2 becomes 1, because we know that the property sin theta by theta limit theta tends to 0, sin theta by theta equal to 1. So this is a 1. So 2x plus 0 is 2x divided by 2. 2 get cancelled, we remains with only cos x, that is dy by dx. Here limit exists, so therefore dy by dx equal to cos x. It is a derivative of a function. This is called a derivative of a function. That is a derivative of a sin x is a cos x. Okay, this is a simple and also basic. So list of formula, very important. Here we have a function list, function column as well as a derivative of a function. If y equal to x to the power n is a function, the derivative of this function is d by dx of x to the power n equal to n into x to the power n minus 1. And also we proved y equal to sin x, then derivative of sin x is cos x, d by dx of sin x equal to cos x. Y equal to cos x, if y equal to cos x is a function, then derivative of this function is minus sin x. If y equal to tan x, then derivative of this function is sec square x. Okay, if y equal to cot x, then derivative of this function is minus cosec square x. Similarly, y equal to sec x, that is derivative of this function is sec x into tan x. derivative of a cosec x is a minus cosec x into cot x. This is a very important formula. How to remember this one? As I informed you, so try to remember these trigonometric ratios in the same form. That is sin x, cos x, tan x, cot x, sec x and cosec x. We know that first two are sin and cos, second two are tan and cot, third two are sec x and cosec x. See here, in the each derivative of the function, here trigonometric function, derivative of a trigonometric functions, all c's are negative. All c's, it means cos, cot and cosec. Okay, cos, cot, cosec, all are negative. This is the first point. Okay, all c's are negative. So here, minus sin x, minus cosec square x, minus cosec x into cot x. This is a first point. Second point, first two are single functions, second two are square functions, third two are product of two functions. Okay, this is a hint. Now again consider next formula. Y equal to c into x to the power n if it is a function where c is any constant, then differentiation of derivative of this function or differentiation d by dx of x to the power n is equal to c into d of dx to the power n divided by dx, and also we know that d by dx of x to the power n by the first formula, d by dx of x to the power n equal to n into x to the power n minus 1. Okay, so derivative of a constant function is, we know that derivative of a constant function is always 0. Constant number, any number, constant, if y equal to 3, derivative of this function is 0, because 3 is also a function, that is a constant function. Okay, consider one example. Find the derivative of the following function. Here y equal to x square is a function, and also we know that solution, we know that y equal to x to the power n. If y equal to x to the power n is a function, then derivative of this function is d by dx of x to the power n equal to n into x to the power n minus 1. So comparing these two, given is y equal to x square. Comparing these two, we have x to the power n and x to the power 2, n equal to 2. Then d by dx of x square equal to, substitute here, n equal to 2, 2 into x to the power 2 minus 1, that is 2x. So the derivative of y equal to x square function is, derivative of x square is 2x. Similarly, consider next example. If y equal to x to the power 4, here n equal to 4, then we get, see here, comparing these two equations, we have n equal to 4. So substitute n equal to 4, we get 4x cube. So this is the derivative of x to the power 4, that is 4x cube. Consider next example. So y equal to 3x cube, and we know that last formula, 8th formula, that is y equal to c into x to the power n, that is d by dx of x c into x to the power n, can also be written as c into d by dx of x to the power n, and we know that by the first formula, d by dx of x to the power n is n into x to the power n minus 1. So comparing these two equations, here given is y equal to 3x cube, comparing y equal to c into x to the power n and 3 into x cube, we have n equal to 3 and c equal to 3. Okay, so this can also be written as d by dx of 3 into x cube, because derivative of this function we have to find. Okay, see here c is a constant, that is 3 is a constant, d by dx of x cube, and also we know that the formula x to the power n, that is n into x to the power n minus 1. So we have 3 into, here again n equal to 3, so therefore 3 into 3 x 3 into 3 x to the power 3 minus 1. After simplifying, we get 9x square. So this is a derivative of the function 3x cube, that is 9x square. Okay, consider next example, y equal to 5x square. See here, we have c equal to 5 and n equal to 2, we get 10 x here. Y equal to 5x square, d by dx of a derivative of a 5x square. Here 5 is constant, so take it outside. 5 into d by dx of a x square coefficient, x square derivative, we know that that is a 2x. So 2 into 5 equal to 10x. So this is the solution of the given example or derivative of the function. So these are the homework forms. So try this one, very simple. Thank you.